We've never seen in the history of our country. Good timing, because people look at that and they say, hey, this country's great. We've done things that nobody else has ever done.
But how do others see the numbers in that report, and how much do they tell us about the future? Elise Gould is a labor economist at the Economic Policy Institute, a research center here in Washington that gets funding from organized labor. And Lisa Desjardins covers economic policy on Capitol Hill for us at the NewsHour. Elise, let me start with you. You heard the president say that looking at this jobs report, America's economic comeback has begun. Do you see that in this report?
Not yet. It certainly is a welcome surprise that the top line payroll numbers did start to turn around, but it would be a mistake to think it is now time for policymakers to turn off the valve and to stop providing aid to workers, their families, necessary aid to state and local governments. We still have a long way to go.
The consensus of economists was that we would see another drop in payroll in jobs. How do you explain, or when you look at the numbers, what does it tell you to explain this increase of 2.5 million?
It is a bit of a puzzle. Absolutely, many economists did not expect this. I think there's a couple of factors. One is that initial unemployment insurance claims came in around 10 million between the reference period in April and the reference period in May. That led many people to think that the job losses would still be large. As it turns out, it seems that maybe some of the hires have offset that, and maybe some of those claims were actually pent-up demand when people couldn't get in earlier to make those claims. It's also possible the Paycheck Protection Program has actually gotten people back on payrolls as well.
Where are those new jobs? Where do they come from in May?
So in May, we saw many of the sectors that had the first big job losses. Some of those have come back. Again, 31 states have begun easing their stay-at-home restrictions, so I think we can see that as a result there. That's leisure and hospitality, retail trade, saw some gains in healthcare employment, even in construction.
Earlier today, President Trump was asked about what he could do to help race relations in America, and he said a strong economy was his answer.